Today, we're going to talk about ironing and the impact that it can have on your 3D prints. Welcome to episode 1 of 3D Printing in 3, a series where I help you get better 3D prints in under 3 minutes.
Now getting into Bamboo Studio here, in order to access ironing, just make sure that you have this advanced tab clicked on, otherwise you won't be able to see this setting. I'm going to scroll down in the quality tab. I see ironing right here. So what exactly is ironing? Let's slice this plate quick and take a look. That if I'm on the top layer, notice how my printer adds the last layer on, and then it goes over with a much smaller pass. And what that does is that printer head deposits a very, very small amount of material over top in order to make the top layer as smooth as possible. Now that we know what ironing is, let's talk settings. And there will be print examples at the end, so stay tuned for those. Now, starting with the top one, ironing type. You have a bunch of different options here. The default is all solid layer. So what that is if you kind of bring this down, you can see that any layer that's going to be a solid surface, it will iron that layer. So for instance, these here, the reason we don't use this as often is because all of this is infill and it's ironing every single layer. So your print time is going to drastically increase. Next is going to be topmost surface, which just means it's going to be literally the last layer of my print. So here, you can see that last layer. It's not going to iron anything else but the topmost piece. My preference is top surfaces. So any top surface that doesn't have anything above it is going to be ironed. So we have here, ironing here, here, down at the bottom. I think that's the ideal scenario. Now, going into ironing pattern, we have two options: rectilinear, which is essentially just your lines going back and forth, and concentric, meaning it's going to meet at specific points here. So it has a little bit more of a curvature look to it. Ironing speed, exactly what it sounds, the speed that your printer moves as it's ironing your piece. Ironing flow is going to be the amount of material that's deposited during ironing. The ironing line spacing is essentially just going to be the distance between these lines here. So I'm going to change this back to rectilinear and maybe show this down to 2. Oh, apparently that's out of range. Let's go 1 just so I can kind of show you how that looks. And you can see now that the distance between those ironing lines is going to be 1 millimeter as opposed to your default 0.1 millimeter, which makes it much closer. Lastly is your ironing inset, which just means the distance between the edge of the part and the start of your ironing. So for instance, let's go a little bit higher on that. We'll slice that plate, and you can see now it's going to be an inset from the outside of your piece 2 millimeters into any part. Now let's dive into some print examples so that you can see when you change those settings. Now, just so you have a baseline, this is a print without ironing done, so you can clearly see the layer lines going from side to side on this print. Now, these are standard ironing settings without changing anything, so you can see that it's quite a bit under extruded, meaning there's going to be pockets where it didn't fill in as heavily. So this might be that your speed is too high or your extrusion is too low. Now, here is some over extruded ironing, meaning your speed might be too slow or the amount of material you're extruding, your percentage, is too high. Lastly, this to me is a good example of what ironing should look like. You should look for a flat, shiny top surface, free of any of those layer lines. I think this looks super sharp.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. I really appreciate it. If you found value in the video, I would love it if you gave the video a like, subscribe to the channel as well. And also, if you have any questions or concerns, let them down in the comments below, and I would love to discuss with you. Also, if you have an idea for episode number 2 of 3D Printing in 3, please let me know down below, and I'd be happy to put it on the docket. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see you in the next one.